You ever hit a sales goal, but when you check your bank account, it tells a completely different story? Well, in today's video, I am going to teach you how you can profit from each and every sale. Stay tuned. Hey Hustle Babes, I'm Chanel the Brand Hustler, and this is the channel for all of my hustle babes who are interested in gaining insight on the entrepreneur journey while learning essential marketing and business tips for their brand. If that sounds like you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join the Hustle Babe community because we are almost to 10K. So you definitely want to be a part of the movement, so make sure you go ahead and subscribe right now. I know some of you guys are watching my videos and you've watched multiple videos and you haven't subscribed, so what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thanks for subscribing. I wanted to start this video off by saying that sometimes as entrepreneurs, we get down on ourselves because we see other entrepreneurs posting the amount that they make in sales. I'm here to tell you that just because you're making a certain amount in sales does not mean you're profiting that amount in sales, okay? So you may have the goal of making $100,000 in sales, but the true goal is how much of that $100,000 you can actually keep in profit. And today I am going to teach you how to do this because I am going to share with you the factors that affect your profit within your business. I am going to share with you the formula that I use and many big companies use to figure out if something was worth the investment, or in other terms, if it was actually worth your coin. And the third thing that I'm going to share with you is all of the ways you can utilize that formula within your business to figure out if you're profiting from a certain investment. If you are excited for this video, take the time out to drop a comment below and drop your favorite emoji in the comments, okay? So I hope you're excited. If you're excited, drop a comment down below and comment your favorite emoji. Let's get into the video. First things first, let's talk about the factors that affect your profit. Number one is your pricing, okay? So clearly if you're selling products, the pricing is going to be the core of your business because obviously you're in business to sell something, so the thing that you're selling and the price that you set is going to be the core of how much revenue you're actually bringing in within your business. It is important for you to price your products not off of guesswork, but actually off of the numbers that are built within that product. And here's what I mean by that. So when you're pricing your product, it's important to think about how much went into creating the product, packaging the product, and then shipping the product, okay? And if you have absolutely no idea how to do that, or if you want more insight on what exactly to include in your pricing or the formula that helps me and other clients figure out their pricing for their products, then I suggest that you watch my most recent video where I dove deep into my pricing strategy and how to use it to price your products for your store. The second thing that affects your profit is what's called fixed expenses. So fixed expenses are basically the expenses that never change within your business or barely ever change, all right? So these are things like your warehouse rent, or maybe your Shopify cost, or your Wix cost, or your email marketing platform, that cost. These are things that from month to month or even year to year, the amount that you pay does not really change, okay? The third thing that affects your profit is going to be variable expenses. So unlike fixed expenses, variable expenses can change at the drop of a dime depending on a variety of factors. One of the things that I feel like contributes to a lot of online business owners' variable expenses is the marketing, okay? So 1 month you may be marketing super hard because you are releasing a new product, and the next month you may not be marketing as hard. Depending on whatever your marketing strategy looks like per quarter, you may be investing way more in one quarter for marketing than you would in a different quarter. So that is why marketing is one of those expenses that really does change month to month, quarter to quarter, and year to year. So that is something that would be considered a variable expense, and that is definitely something that affects the profit within your business. The fourth and final factor that affects the profit within your business is the most obvious, and that is your sales. So clearly, you need to make sales to even be thinking about making a profit in your business. Without sales, you're not making any money and you're not making any profit. Okay, and so if you haven't thought about any of these four things, I want to challenge you today to go into your reporting. If you are running reports, I hope you are, and if you're not, we need to talk. But I want you to go into your reporting. I want you to see how much you are spending for your fixed expenses, for your variable expenses, how much in sales are you making, and what the pricing of your products actually looks like. So to give you an example, for my fixed expenses, I spend about $1,500 every single month on softwares, on different things to manage my team, on my marketing softwares, my website platform. I spend about $1,500 every single month. So that means that in order for me to profit, I need to make more than $1,500 every single month, because if I only make $1,500, then I'm not bringing any money in. I'm just making money to pay my bills. And who is living or who is in business to just make money and pay bills? Like, no, we want to make a profit because we want to be able to grow, we want to be able to enjoy our money, we want to be able to take vacation, invest with our families, do whatever. You want to be able to make something extra. That is the whole point of being in business. So definitely take the time out to evaluate those four factors and adjust it as needed. So sometimes in order to make more profit, you need to reduce or increase one of those four factors. So you may need to reduce your fixed and variable expenses and increase your pricing in order to see an adjustment within your profit, right? And so depending on your business and depending on what you have planned, once again, your marketing strategy and all that stuff, you can make the decision on what you need to scale up and what you need to scale down, or if you need to scale at all. Now, let's get into the actual formula. The formula I am going to share with you all today is called the ROI formula. And so what ROI stands for, it stands for return on investment. So basically, if I give you $1, how much of that dollar am I making back? Okay, so the goal of calculating your ROI is to figure out if something was worth your time or not, if something was worth your money or not. Okay, so if I give you $1, I need to make 2 back, or if I give you $1, I need to make 3 back. Okay, and so in order to calculate your ROI, what you want to do is you want to take any quantifiable strategy that you're using. So the quantifiable strategy may be something like ads, right? So if you are running ads, you need to take how much you actually made from running the ad and then divide that by how much you actually invested to actually run the ad. Does that make sense? So ROI is basically your profit divided by the investment. And if you want to take it a notch further and turn it into a percentage, you can take that number and multiply it by 100. It's all up to your preference. So for me, I like to keep it in decimal form because I like to say 1.5 times or 2 times my investment. But for some people, they love the percentage side. So they like to say, I made 150% in ROI this month, or 200% in ROI this month. So that depends on you, but the basics of the formula is taking your profit and dividing it by your investment. And if you want to translate it into a percentage, then you multiply it by 100. The goal of using the ROI formula is to get at least 1.0 times your money back, or in percentage terms, 100% of your money back. Okay, so that is what you call your break even. Once you get 1.0 times your money back from an investment, or 100% of your money back from an investment, you've broken even. You haven't made any profit, but you haven't lost any money. Now, of course, like we just said, we're in business to make money, duh. So that means with your ROI, once you calculate it, you want to be making over 1.0 times or over 100%, okay? And so I am going to grab my calculator and give you an example. So let's say you own a skincare business, right? And you are releasing this bomb.com holiday edition of your skincare line. So you decide, why not run some ads to bring some awareness to my brand and generate some more sales, okay? So you run this ad for, let's say, a month, and you end up investing $750 into your ads. And then from that $750, the ads generated $1,100 in sales. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take $1,100, which was the amount you made from running those ads, and you're gonna divide it by 750, because 750 was the investment you made in order to run those ads. Once you do 1,100 divided by 750, you're gonna get 1.46. So if you keep it that way, it means that you've made 1.46 times the amount you invested. If you decide that you want to translate it into a percentage by multiplying it by 100, it means that you've made 146% of your investment back. So your ROI is 146% or 1.46 times, which for you is good news because that means you've profited, okay? And so another simple way of doing this is obviously just subtracting the amount that you spent from the actual amount that you brought in sales. But ROI is the formula that I love to use, okay? Now let's take this same example and make it negative. Let's say that you're the same skincare company, same holiday line, same ads you decide to run, you still invest the same amount of $750, but let's say you only make back $400 in sales. If you take 400 and divide that by 750, you're left with 0.53. So that means you got back 0.53 times as your ROI, or if you translate it to a percentage, you got back 53%. And that is a big no, because remember, in order to break even, that means that you have to hit 1.0 times or 100% in ROI, okay? That means you didn't lose anything, but you didn't gain anything either. But for this example, you lost almost half of your money because you're at a 53% ROI. And so I love to give visuals, and I want to give a real life example. So I'm going to grab my computer, and I'm going to go on the back end of my Facebook ads manager. So I decided on July 2nd that I was going to test out some ads to one of my workbooks and one of my class combos that I offer. I am selling different variations of this product, but I decided that I wanted to run ads to them to see how they did, okay? So let's take a look at that footage really quick so you can see what it looks like at the back of my Facebook ads manager. All right, so let's take a quick look at my Facebook ads manager. So like I said, I was running ads since about July 2nd. The oldest ad has been active since then. And I have a couple different variations of the same product that the ad is running to. So on here, it is going to tell me the total value that I've gotten from running ads at the bottom. And then if I scroll over to the right, it tells me the amount that I spent on Facebook ads. And as you see, I have it set to a lifetime here so that you know these are real numbers. And so once I add these together on Facebook, it gives me roughly about $1,300 in value. Now, one thing that I did notice about Facebook is sometimes it's a little off with its tracking, so sometimes it misses some of them. In reality, I've actually gained about $1,800 in sales from this one product. And so just for the sake of the numbers that you see here, I'm going to use the 1,300 number. If I divide that by 568, which is the amount of my investment, I guess roughly around 2.35 times for an ROI, which is about 235% of an ROI, which is good. Now, if I were to use the 1,800 number that I know is on the back of my Teachable, and I divide that into 568, I then get about a 3 times return, which is about 300% of an ROI. So either which way, I am still positive. For one scenario, obviously I'm getting more of a profit than the other. For the other scenario, I'm getting less of a profit, but I'm still profiting. And like I said, on the back end of my Teachable, I've made $1,800 from this product. And so I don't know what's going on with Facebook, because some of mine are bringing up a 0 here. Maybe it might be a glitch today, but nonetheless, I spent $568 and I've made well more than that amount back. So now that we've covered the factors that affect your profit, and I've shared with you the formula that I use to calculate my return on investment, and I also gave you a sneak peek into the back end of my Facebook Ads Manager so that you could get a realistic example, let's talk about when to actually use the ROI formula. ROI can be used for anything that is quantifiable, okay? Anything that you can make quantifiable within your business, you can pretty much use the ROI formula for. So to give you a few examples, I just told you that I use the ROI formula to calculate the effectiveness of my ads. You can use it to calculate the effectiveness of your ads as well. You can also use it if you're utilizing influencer marketing. The way that you do this is you give each influencer that you hire a code, and you track all of the sales that come through the influencer with that specific code to see how much the influencer is bringing in. So if you've paid an influencer $500 to post and they only brought in $200 worth of sales, then that may not be worth your time. That may not be a good influencer for you. But if you paid an influencer $500 and they bought in $2,000 worth of sales, then obviously after you calculate your ROI, you will see that that was a good investment for you, and that is somebody that you should try to invest in continuously to keep a flow of sales coming within your business. The other way that you can utilize ROI is you can utilize it for pretty much any of your marketing tactics, okay? So if you decide that you want to have a billboard, or you want to run radio ads or TV ads or anything like that, you can calculate your ROI from it, but you have to make sure that you're making it quantifiable. So if you decide to do something like billboards or signage, make sure that you are including a code, or you're giving them a number to text or something that you can know exactly who and where they are coming from, okay? So you want to make sure that you do that so that you can track where all of those leads are coming from and where all of your sales are coming from, and then calculate your ROI from that. The next way that you can utilize ROI is with events. And I want to take the time to explain this one because with my boutique ladies, my clothing boutiques, my shoe boutiques, heck, even some, facial care companies and things like that. Some of you guys are going to events, you're paying to be a vendor at an event, and you're not making your money back at that event. Some of you guys are not making a sale at all, but some of you guys are paying a ridiculous amount of money to go to these vendor events, and you're not nearly making as much back in sales, okay? So let's say you spend $250 to be able to be a vendor at an event. You've only made a sale of $25 worth, right? That probably wasn't worth your time. And if this is something that happens annually, maybe it's not worth your time to go again. Or maybe you saw that other people were getting a good flow of traffic, and so maybe it was the way you presented yourself. Tracking your ROI lets you know a lot. It lets you check yourself as a brand, but it also lets you know, like I said, what is worth your coin, what is worth your time, and what isn't, okay? So even with events, you want to make sure that you're tracking how much in sales are you making from this event compared to how much you invested to go to this event. Because for some of us, when we go to events, we're not only paying the vendor fee, but we're paying to get custom tablecloth, we're paying to get flyers printed, we're paying for maybe an assistant to accompany us, we're paying for all of this, and that counts as your investment. So you need to make sure that you're making back at least bare minimum the same amount that you invested so that you could break even, all right? So those are just a few ways that you can utilize ROI to determine the effectiveness of your business, but also to determine your profit and how much you're actually making back within your business. If you need help with calculating your ROI, or maybe you heard me mention marketing strategy a couple of times and you're like, I need to get my marketing together. I need to get a strategy game plan together. Q4 is coming up. I don't have it together. Whatever, right? Wherever you may be at, whatever you're thinking, click the link in my description and check out my strategy call and book some time with me so that we can discuss your brand and your business and we can work on growing and expanding. All right. And so if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you comment down below and let me know what your favorite part was, or let me know what an aha moment was for you. What is something that you learned today that you never thought of, right? Comment down below and let me know. And obviously, if you love this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know that you like content like this and to keep me going with these videos for you guys. And also share this video if you know someone that it can help. Do not be stingy. Let's share the wealth and let's share the knowledge. If you haven't subscribed to this channel already, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And if you're interested in following me on Instagram, follow me at The Brand Hustler. That is my business account. But if you want to get personal and follow me to see all of the things that I do, I love to cook, I love to craft. I just love to really showcase my personality on my own page. You can follow me at I am Chanel Q. If you're really about your business, you will watch the videos that pop up on the end screen and you'll probably get to work and start growing your brand and your business. So stay tuned to see what videos pop up on the end screen and check them out if you haven't watched it already. But other than that, I am about to be out of here, hustle babes. Bye.